One of the not so shy folks who watches my videos on YouTube asked me if I could take a little bit of a different approach in my next video. They said instead of just stringing together, you know, casting, catching a fish, editing together little clips like that, they wanted to get a feel for what it's like to kind of sit in a boat and fish and work at it and drift around the pond. And so that's what I'm going to do tonight. I apologize for putting the glasses on, but I fish better when I can see. And so I came out tonight to a little pond. I hesitate to even call it a pond. It's more of a wide spot in a canal. I like to fish this canal a lot from shore, but this is so wide here, you need a boat to get to all the spots. And this is one of my favorite spots. And in fact, for the last couple of years, we've been pulling some big fish out of here. The first fish I ever pulled out of this little section was 3 pounds. My son's got his record bass out of here, his personal best, which was a 5.03 pounder. Here we go, here's a bass. And I've gotten several over the 5-pound mark, number of 4-pounders and number of 3-pounders. But lately the fishing hasn't been so good out here. There you go. There's a nice largemouth. Good way to start the night. Because the water levels have been super duper high in the state of Florida. In fact, there's places where the water levels have been so high that Fish and Wildlife Management has actually closed access to places. In the past week or so, the water levels have dropped. Well, when those water levels went up, the fishing here got really, really bad. I come by about once a month and check, and the water levels have been high. Tonight is the first time I've been back that the water's dropped. And given that I got that bass on what, my second or third cast, that might be a good sign. Normally I launch my boat kind of right at my feet, right from the edge of the bank, step into it and go. Today I had to slog through about 30 feet of mud. I know it's 30 feet because this is a 10-foot John boat and it was over three boat lengths. So the water's receded about 30 feet horizontally off the edge of the canal over here. I don't know what that translates to in depth, but I'm hoping it's brought the bass back into the canals. So that's what I'll do. I'll kind of take little 4 and 5 minute spots where I just let the camera roll. Of course, I'm going to have to do some editing, right? If a plane flies over my head or something, you know, if it gets real boring. But for the most part, I'll slow things down a bit. And speaking of feedback, someone else asked me, they said, you own an avocado farm. How come you never give us any avocado? There's a bass. Oh, I didn't take it. Avocado recipes. So tonight when I stop for my snack, I'll show you what went into making it. It's a really good avocado recipe. So, okay, so what did I make here? 4 casts. I got 1 bass, and I just got 1 nice bite. We might be in business here. Let's see. After about 45 minutes of fishing, we got that one in the boat already. Then the conditions changed a little bit. The wind picked up, a big dark cloud blew in, the sun went behind the cloud, and the fish actually stopped biting. They stopped surfacing, and even the little pecks and stuff I was getting went away. So I kind of dislodged myself from the weeds down there on the, what would that be, the north side of the pond, and I let the wind blow me down south. So now I'm at the other end of the pond. The wind seems to be dying down again, which is good. And that was probably the right move to make. So let's see what we got here. Nice. Okay, another bass. Hey, you know, maybe the wind blew everybody down this way. That's great. I'm glad I came here. Okay, there's another bass. Okay, oop, before I ruin the spot, let me... So this is usually the kind of stuff I edited out, all this Three Stooges type crap after I catch a fish and getting myself started up again. But since you asked for it, I'll show it. Now, YouTube ain't gonna let me put up a 4-hour video of the whole night. So obviously I'm gonna do some editing, but it's not gonna be just fish, 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 and then, you know, me saying something I think is funny. All right, that completes that drift. I'm gonna row myself back up to the other side of the pond. On the way, I'm gonna have my lunch. I have a nice avocado turkey sandwich here. Why don't you see how I made it? Here's my recipe for a turkey avocado sandwich. First, you're gonna need some bread, toasted. Pick whatever lunch meat you like. Of course, you're gonna need an avocado and some sea salt. In addition to those ingredients, you're gonna need some supplies. A cutting board, a butter knife, a bowl, a Ziploc baggie, and a piece of paper and pen. While that bread's toasting, let's pick out a nice avocado. This one's a little too hard. This one here is not quite there. This one's ready to use. I cut them maybe a quarter of the way because I only cut what I plan to use that day. And when my toast is ready, I just spread it onto the toast. After spreading a nice even layer on the bread, it's time to add your turkey. Take a piece, fold it, put it on one slice of bread. Then I take another piece, fold it, and put it so the crease is on the other side of the bread. I take a third piece, fold it so the crease is on the top, and then my last piece I fold and put the crease on the bottom. Now with the top piece of bread that also has a spread of avocado on it, you grind up this sea salt. Do this to your liking. Now take your finished sandwich, put it in your Ziploc bag, and you have a nice, easy treat for when you're out in the boat. That was a good sandwich. What's this? A note. Enjoy your day. And you thought I was going to forget what the paper and pen were for. Oh. I just rowed us back up to the north side of the pond, and then I'm going to let the wind blow us south again. And I'll work the shoreline here. This shoreline is very productive. I've caught a lot of fish here. Like I say, when the water was high, not so much. There we go. But now that the water's back down, well, obviously, this is my first night here since the water's come back down, so this spot's back on the list. Now, one of the challenges I'm having tonight is I gotta, I'm kind of fishing as I go here, keeping the video running, but is keeping the boat such a way that I can fish appropriately, but also get good video. So I hope the sun isn't shining into your eyes, but okay. So here's another nice bass. And as I was saying, this spot here has been very productive for us. It's really, really thick weeds, so you can't walk to it from the bank unless you're an alligator. This is why I don't just let the camera roll, because I say stupid stuff like that. I'm about to wrap things up. I have to call it quits a little earlier tonight. The water's so low, I need to drag my boat through about 30 feet of mud, and I'm not going to do that in the dark in snake-infested territory. I am glad I came out here, though. I had to fish in the John boat, mainly for two reasons. One, I worked out yesterday in the gym. I did legs for the first time in 4 months. I injured my knee back in August, and I haven't been doing legs. So yesterday I felt good enough I did legs, and today I am so stiff and sore, I just wanted to sit. Also, I have a kidney stone, and that thing's been flaring up since Sunday. It'll put me in agony for a couple of hours, and then it goes away. So I didn't really want to be too far from home, and this place is close to home. But I'm glad I chose to came here, because I think it gave me just the right conditions to do a slower paced video. One that just shows me kind of hanging out on the pond, kind of just fishing, casting, that sort of thing. I can't wait to see what it looks like. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you come out fishing with me next time. We'll see you then.